Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Right to the air. Here's Stafford. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Tavon Austin now from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
To about the 35, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Stafford. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jamin Phillips make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd. Here's Stafford. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. Oh, he's got a little day. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Vikings.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They run with a 4th-year man. This is Damian Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Goff now looks to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Meanwhile, here's a shot for the end zone right away, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Henry not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Lions at 4-8 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's another carry for Harris. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the air now with Goff. Got Dobbs over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Goff now looking to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 15. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the counter, it's Henry. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Let's take it inside his own 40. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Lions will take over. the Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points.
That's caught inside the 20.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Damian Harris, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are once again back in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, he's been doing this for more than a decade now, showing that he's still got that arm strength from back when he was the #1 overall pick.
On first down, Stafford here. Throw left side, complete to Kupp.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford got his tight end. That's complete. It's Kupp.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Stafford. Touchdown, Vikings! Cooper Kupp, touchdown number 18 on the year. As his guys have now moved out in front.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and it's now 17-14.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce It's out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this, to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Goff. Running the slant, and he finds Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll try the right side with Harris. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw, Goff. A quick throw, but incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Here comes the Lions punter now. Back deep is Tavon Austin. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now Austin. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And this is caught by Watkins.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
Now it's gone. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty.
And the Vikings are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season
December.
of giving.
Right, it is a season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They'll roll him out right, and that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. Going up top for Kupp.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
To throw is Stafford. He's got a man, complete.
And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Glenn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the 2nd half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
Go!
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff. He'll buy some time right. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Chase Claypool, 47 yards. And the Lions have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first down, it's Stafford.
Connecting with Kupp here on the out route.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Stafford now to throw. Going up top for Kupp. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Kyle Long back from retirement, the guilty party on that one.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And some space here. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 20. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Cooper Kupp
with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And the Vikings have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in this 2nd half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that gives him a 3-point lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they kind of keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Goff. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
Now Goff on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And oh, it'll be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now.
Derrick Henry all alone. Stiff arm number 2. And they do finally get him at the 12.
201 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened.
Touchdown! Jared Cook, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
21.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Goff. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They keep it with Henry on first down.
To about the 26 here.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. back to throw. Stafford. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Lions are right back in this football game. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
He's going to let it go again. And my goodness, another interception. William Jackson with a pick. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
After the interception, here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
On second down, here's Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
Hey, 22!
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And some room to work. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
My, oh my, 237 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now Stafford. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Lewis Seed
in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on the 3rd and 3. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford.
And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the map there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Goodness, nobody wanting to hold on to that football. 2 fumbles, one by each team on the same play. Not something you see every week.
No, not at all. And you and I both know how important possessions are nowadays in the NFL because there's not much difference between teams. So when you get a chance for a takeaway, you've got to hold on to the football yourself. Don't give it right back to them.
On 1st and 10, Goff. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now Goff. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Dalvin Tomlinson forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Go. Go.
Here's Goff. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. They find some open field here. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is now 24.
Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
They're facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL.
And now here is another interception. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. I like that call. I'm assuming you're with me.
I am. I'm totally with you. And to me, they saw something that they liked there. Because, let's face it, it's going to be a mass of bodies. But it feels like the head coach has said, my best runner over my best blocker, give it to me right now.
And you only needed 1 yard where they were on the other side of the field. Seems like a no-brainer.
If we can't get 1 yard, what are we doing out here?
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Minnesota, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Detroit, any slim hopes they had at a